Hey, Alex, how's it going, man?
Hey, what's up? It's Cameron, right?
Hey, brother. Yes, sir. Yeah, top of the morning, man.
Top of the morning. What side of the country are you on?
I'm in Stockton,
Oh,
California.
California. Okay, yeah. So it's still morning over
Yeah,
there. Yeah, I'm in
yeah.
Florida, so it's like about to be 2 o'clock over here for me.
Oh, wow, wow. Okay, man. Well, man, it's a pleasure meeting you, man. I was real
Yeah, no,
impressed with your app, man. Keep on using it, utilizing it,
cool.
and shoot, soak up all your wisdom, man. Um,
Sweet. Yeah,
I
man. Nice to meet
appreciate you
you.
again. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just and nice to meet you as well. Thanks for hopping on the call. Appreciate it.
Yes, yes, sir, man. Respect your time. Man, mainly was just trying to, I know you've got some videos,
Mm-hmm.
so I need to soak with them. And if you like to maybe send like a list of like specific ones, man. I've been cutting hair shoot since the late 80s and like 2009 I like finally just went on and took the exam
Mm-hmm.
and got my license here to cut hair in Stockton. But what really stuck out with me is like your suggestion to go to supercuts, man. And I was breaking down, and like right now, that's what I'm considering doing to rebuild my clients. I moved from Stockton, went back to Dallas, Texas for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and was gone from Stockton for about 6 months. And I realized upon coming back, I basically lost all my clients, and the ones that do respond, I have no control over if they respond when they respond. But it's like, man, my bills, the bills don't wait. So I just went ahead and um, after a week there, excuse me, something's going on here.
Mm-hmm.
After about a week there, I paid my booth rent, and I was just like, I went and picked up my stuff. So I have an appointment at Supercuts on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I also have aspirations to own my own shop now. I'm 55 years old, and I'm kind of like burnt out. I mean, it's no use in trying to keep up with the youngsters, but I found that my tolerance is close to zero now with how the majority of them, they don't have a barber shop etiquette. They don't allow people to come in through the door before they greet them, or they jump and just basically bum rush. Or
Hmm.
now it seems cool to come in and smell like weed, and all this other kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, wow. So I mean, it's like definitely the barber game has changed, and I understand it keeps evolving. Um, but yeah, what are some suggestions that you might have for me as an older barber? You know,
I guess what's the biggest problem that you're trying to solve right now?
well, right now the biggest problem that I'm trying to solve is get clients and get some direction in like how to go and like find a property, uh, how to, like I'm also studying for my CDL, so that's what I'm planning on doing. My primary means of generating some income to get a place, you know,
To get a like a house or to get
a space, yeah, a space for it to open up my own shop.
okay. And you're gonna do that through doing truck driving?
Yeah, I get my CDL. I'm thinking that, and also my girlfriend, she owns some real estate in Monterey, California, like down by the seaside, down by the ocean. So she's interested in kind of help financing me also.
Mm-hmm.
But I just like maybe just like a couple of steps that you would give me just like out of the gate, and then as I proceed on, I can maybe contact you through the app, or maybe get some more pointers from you. But what would be the first couple of things that I need to really focus on? All right, have a good one.
Um,
Yes, sir.
well, are you making what you want to make right now, income wise?
No, no, not right now. But I mean that'll be relatively soon. I don't see that as being a problem. But no, not at all.
Are you making less than 1,000 a week?
Uh, yeah. Right
Okay.
now, like I've just been back to Stockton, and it hasn't even been a month. But I'm trying to hit the ground running and get some directions. So I know first I need to get my income up.
Okay. Yeah. Because I think a lot of barbers, and it is true, think that they can make a lot more on booth rent, and that's true if the volume is the same as if you were
Hmm.
at a hourly or commission based shop. Like if the volume stayed the same, if you're cutting 20, 30 people a day, but you're on booth rent instead of commission, then you make a
Hmm.
lot more. But the problem
Yeah.
is that usually when barbers are starting out in a booth rent shop, they're not usually starting with that many clients per day, right?
No, I wasn't at all. So I was real, the anxiety, real stress because this one particular shop, like, it wasn't that much foot traffic. And I did have a client come, and as I was cutting his hair, the owner of a tire shop across the street decided to shoot their gun up in the air 3 times. So that was a big red flag. I was like, no, I need to get away from this.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a red flag, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
okay, so you're making less than 1,000 a week and
hmm,
on booth rent, um,
yeah,
and you're not the owner, so that means you have more options, right? Because it's
right.
actually, in some ways, the advice is a lot simpler than if you're not an owner, because
Hmm.
the biggest advantage you have is that you can just leave. You can
Yeah,
just leave and find a busier shop. Whereas an owner, like I'm an owner, so
hmm, right,
quitting is not an option for me.
right.
I have to make it work, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't. You can go find another shop where that can feed you clients. So that's what would be my recommendation for you to start. I would try to find the busiest barbershop in your area. It doesn't have to be a Supercuts or whatever, but those places typically are very good at keeping their people busy, which is why I recommend the franchises like Sport Clips, Supercuts, whatever. Because they like you just show up and start cutting hair. You don't have to worry about marketing yourself, nothing. Because the first problem we need to solve is just like you just need to get your income stable, you know?
Yeah.
And then another benefit of working for those large chains is that you get to see how a large chain operates. So you get to learn, maybe get some inspiration if you do decide to open a barbershop down the road. Like, well, this is what worked for them, And rather than
Hmm.
like creating it from scratch, you can just
Hmm.
model what
You'll
already works, you
you'll
know?
duplicate the model. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Yeah.
So that's why I recommend it for new barbers, or not even necessarily new, but just like you're new to that city, to that area. So that's why I have those places are a great place to start, I think. I wish I could have started at one of those places
Okay. Okay.
just because yeah, and I was lucky because I when I started, I did this. Like I'm not recommending anything that I didn't do. So I tried to find the busiest shop that I could because I knew when I was graduating from barber school, I had two goals. I know I needed to get better at cutting hair, and I knew I wanted to
Hmm.
open up a barbershop. So I
Hmm.
wanted to go work for somebody else to learn how to operate a barbershop because I
Okay.
didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about the barber industry. So I was like, and I was in school seeing other people opening shops and they were going out of business after a few months. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm going to go work for somebody else first and learn how to run a barbershop and also learn how to
Hmm.
cut hair. And then when
Hmm.
I'm ready, I'll do my own thing. And that's what I did.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So I think,
But
yeah, for sure, do is it an interview at Supercuts?
hmm.
Yeah, do the interview. I'll meet with a few other people. The best thing, and this is what I did, I think the best way to find a barbershop to work for, if the goal is to be busy, is to look for a barbershop the same way that a client would look for a barbershop.
Okay.
So that usually involves like going on Google and typing in barbershop near me and seeing which ones pop up at the top. Because chances
Hmm.
are the ones that are popping up at the top of the search results are the ones that are getting all the new clients. Nobody's going
Hmm.
to like the fifth page of Google to find a barbershop. They're going to
Yeah.
look at the top 10 results and they're going to pick somebody from there that has the best reviews.
And one thing that I've experienced too is like being here in Stockton. This is like, of course, a smaller city. than probably where you're at in Miami. But I noticed that, and like, gosh, I have like on my Instagram, it's Cutter Kutta underscore Cam
Mm-hmm.
underscore 209. So maybe like I know you're very busy. When you have some time, maybe you could like give me some pointers or through your app, give me some pointers what I should do to kind of clean up my Instagram. But I notice here most of the Hispanics they go to the Hispanics. I mean, me myself, I love cutting straight hair more so than my own people because it's like typically here in Stockton, the blacks they're inconsistent. Like they
Mm,
won't come like on a regular basis, like every week. Sometimes they'll come every other week, and then they might skip a week and just be like, "Oh, I'll get to my haircut later," and then it's like it's
yeah.
frustrating for me because I need to. What I want to do is to generate those clients that are in a slightly higher income that are going to pay better.
Okay.
Like I'm typically used to charging like $40 on up, and that's just for the haircut, not including like shave and everything like that. And I go to this shop and they're only charging like $30. I'm like I'm in a
Mm-hmm.
man. This was hood like ghetto shop, and so I was trying not to seem too uppity, I'm all that, but I mean charge what you're worth. I mean, I put a lot of detail in my haircuts and I take my time, take pride in what I do. So charge accordingly. But
Yeah, I got some tips for you because and I'm glad you brought this up because I need to back up. So the first thing I did when I was in school was I started to get an idea of what are the types of clients I wanted to work with.
mm-hmm,
And then that's how I actually chose what areas of town that I was going to look at in terms of
got you,
where I wanted to work. So I
got you.
realized in school, although we didn't get a lot of people, like I realized that I liked working with people that had a little bit more money and I wanted to
Yeah,
have like a kind of a higher end shop.
yeah.
So what I did was I didn't just Google barbershops in Jacksonville where I'm at. What I did was I looked at the highest income zip codes in Jacksonville. And
Got you.
I only looked at barbershops that were in those zip codes or close to them. So you can
Okay.
narrow it down to like instead of the
Yeah,
whole city, I'm just like I'm just gonna
yeah.
look in these parts of the city. And then
Hmm.
of that, you search barbershops near me. And then
Okay.
yeah, that makes sense. And
It
then
does.
you have the hard part down, which is knowing who you want to work with, which is like the first step of marketing. Is like
Okay.
who are you trying to target because not everybody's your client.
Right.
Like there's a specific type of person that you work well with, fine. There's plenty of them out there. We just got to find them, right?
Yeah.
So and then how the way that looks on your Instagram is if you want to attract those people, then those are the types of haircuts that you should be posting.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
have a lot of fades, temp fades on curly hair, skin fades. They look good.
Thank you.
But if you're saying you want to work with more straight hair, with more business people, with people that have money, then that's what you got to post.
Okay. Yeah.
They're not like impressive haircuts,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like a three
Right.
on the side is not very hard to do. It's not gonna impress other barbers, but who gives a
Yeah.
shit about what other barbers think because
Right.
we're trying to fill our chair, right?
Right.
And we're trying to fill our chair with ideal clients, the ones that we want to work with. So that means what we post out there needs to attract those clients because they might be looking at your
Okay.
profile and I'm like, can this guy cut my hair? All I see is like curly cuts. I see dreads. I see one, a
Yeah.
guy with Asian, a nice fade that has a skin fade. But it's like all curly hair, sharp lines, and it looks good, like I said. But like, if you want to work with like the guys that are getting like a three on the side and some scissors on top, then that's what you got to post.
Yes.
You're not gonna
Okay.
get a lot of
Okay.
likes.
Yeah.
Other
Yeah.
barbers aren't gonna, comment fire emojis on it, but
Yeah.
it's gonna get you clients. It's gonna get you the
I
clients you
mean,
want.
And like you said, it's not about getting the most likes anyway, especially from other barbers. It's mostly
No.
like attracting that clientele that I'm trying to get, the target group.
Yeah, other barbers aren't going to come in your shop and get a haircut. So who cares?
Got you.
Who cares what they think, right?
Thank you.
Social media
Thank
is a
you.
tool to get clients. You know, now if you want, you know, if you have a different goal, you know, because there's some barbers out there that their goal is to get be influencers. They want to get sponsored by clipper brands and product lines. So then it does matter as far as like posting those sharp cuts and everything because you do want to attract other
Okay.
barbers.
I wouldn't mind getting a few, especially with some of these Clipper brands. I wouldn't mind, but
Yeah.
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. So it just
Yeah.
depends on the goal. So my goal, I don't care about being an influencer. I don't care about how many followers I have. I'm trying to get butts in the seats, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I don't care if I ever get another follower again. As long as we stay
Okay.
busy, that's all that matters. So,
That's all
but
that
I have a
matters.
different goal than some of these people on social media. All I care
Okay.
about is getting clients in the door, you know?
Okay.
But social
Okay.
media is a very slow way of getting
Okay.
clients though, to be honest. Like there's faster ways. We get most of our clients through Google and
Hmm.
through the paid ads that we run on Meta, so Facebook and Instagram. But social media is important because if somebody sees your ad or you reach out to them, the first thing they're going to do is look at your profile.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it kind of backs up the other efforts that you're doing. But it's
Okay.
very slow to rely on social media alone to get
Yeah.
clients. It's more like
Yeah.
a this is a portfolio for when you do get in front of them using the other methods that they see like, oh yeah, he's an actual barber, his cuts are pretty good, and he's staying active because he just posted like last week, you know.
Okay. I do have that. It's called Hi Hello. It's one of those digital business cards. You can pass
Okay.
that with the QR code.
Hmm.
Is that a good idea as opposed to just having a regular paper business card?
I mean, I've never used one, so I don't know.
Okay. Okay.
We've done flyers and we leave business cards everywhere. We actually have a little bit of a different strategy now. We have combs with our name on them.
Ah,
Um, they're like $1 each. You can get them from pens.com. We
yeah.
also have these pens with our name on them. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
hand because people are gonna throw away your business card,
Yeah.
but nobody's gonna throw away your pen or a comb,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
And I don't know. That's also a very slow method, to be honest,
Yeah.
to get client.
The
It's more of
thing
a branding thing. It's
the
not really
thing I
gonna
noticed with
translate to clients coming
the
in and getting their haircut.
the thing I noticed with the cards is because most people, they're gonna keep their phones. So with the QR code, all you do is you hold your phone up to theirs, and they put their camera on the QR code, and it puts their business card in their phone, puts it in the contacts,
How
and
many clients has that brought in for you?
it's brought in a few when I used it. When I used it, but for the most part, a lot of people like here, it's been slow upon me coming back, but
Hmm.
it has worked for me though. It's just a matter, like you said, in getting in the right area and just start just really putting it out there, you know. So I think with more effort, I would get more returns on that. So I understand that's totally on me. So, but
Probably,
yeah,
but it's very time intensive too, which is probably why you haven't been doing it as much, right? Because
yeah, it is.
how does that work? You
The
gotta walk up to somebody and be like, scan my card.
How you doing? Yeah, I just ask, just introduce myself. I'm a barber. My name, Cutter Camp 209. I'm over here at this barbershop. And if I can, like, who's your barber? And typically, but they might say, oh, I go to such and such, and then I'll say, well, if by chance you should not be able to get with them, I'll be your number two. I'll be your second, your backup.
Hmm.
Convenience is key. And oh, sure, I'll be like, can I share my QR code? And with the code, it'll have my Instagram, Facebook, and everything. So just transfer it over to them. So,
Cool.
um, and it's increased my followers as well. So that's pretty much worked for me. But
Well,
I
what I
see
would
like,
do then is follow up with those people.
Hmm.
So you say they start following you on Instagram after they scan your, well,
They do.
hit them
My
up.
thing is finding a good shop where I can just be like, yeah, come on. I don't have to
Yeah.
worry about somebody, like
So
discharging their gun.
is it safe to say that you're like embarrassed of like where you work? Yeah, you don't even want people to come there. Okay,
I
well
really don't.
that's why the first step we got to solve that problem, get into the right place. But then
Okay.
the next step, once you're in the right place, I would hit up all those people that started following you. Like you can just DM them. They already know who you are
Hmm.
too.
Yeah.
Just DM them
Hmm.
and be like, hey, remember me? Let me know when you're ready for a
Yeah.
haircut. Start that
Okay.
conversation.
Okay.
You did the hard part
Okay.
already. You got them
Yeah.
following you. Now you just
Yeah.
gotta follow up with them. You know,
Cool.
and that's free.
Cool.
It doesn't cost anything. It
Yeah.
just costs some time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, cool. Well, that's pretty much it, Alex. I mean, I appreciate you. I didn't. I know your time is valuable, but yeah, I just needed like those just a little bit of a nudge into what to do. And man, I appreciate your time, and I'll definitely be staying in touch with you through the app, man.
For sure, man. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm here for. I want to help you guys out, and when you do get to that point where you feel like you're ready to open a shop, I mean that's where I come in.
Okay.
I have a group that's just for barbershop owners. The group that
Uh
you're in is for everybody. It's free.
huh.
It's always going to be free. But if that time comes and you're like, I'm ready to open a shop, I need more help. That's where the other group's for. You know.
Thanks, Alex. But I just keep on, shoot, doing my comments and soaking things up and getting my points so I can move on up through the app, man.
Yeah, yeah, it's all
Definitely
free, man.
appreciate it.
You gotta earn it. Just because you gotta.
Yeah.
It
That's just like
stimulates
with
the group.
anything else.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
for
like
sure.
with anything else. So,
Yeah, and you get
for
more out of the
sure.
group too when you interact with other people. Like, cause there's probably other people in their group that know just as much, if not more, than me. And
Hmm. Hmm.
there's
For
one thing
sure.
I've realized about barbers is barbers like to help each other out. We just gotta, so
Yeah,
that's why I set up the group that way. So like you have to interact in order to unlock the courses. So the
hmm,
more you interact, the more you unlock.
for sure. For sure. Well, all right, Alex, man. Thanks so much, brother.
Yeah, man.
And
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of your day, man. And I'll be in touch. So stay
Yeah,
in
let me
touch,
know what
man.
happens, man. I'm
Will
excited
do.
for you. All
All
right.
right, brother. Thanks, man. God
Yeah.
bless.
Thank you. Bye.